All right, for more on this, let's talk to Ahmet Keser, who joins us from Ankara. He's head of the Department of Political Science and International Relations at Hasan Kalyoncu University. Good to have you. Thanks for joining us. So this has been, for years now, a difficulty for the U.S., that on any given other day, in different circumstances, the U.S. might well agree that this person, at least in the past, was a terrorist. But given the U.S.'s loyalty to the fighters who they thought were so pivotal against ISIS, they're going to maintain that loyalty. This is always going to be a big difference of opinion with Turkey.
Michelle, we are used to have official messages through social media, and this is one of those examples and full of some controversies within inside. As before, they declare these messages through social media because it is possible, if there is a problem with the content or the message itself, to refuse or clear it. And when we look at the message, for example, in the message, it starts by calling Salwa Yusuk and then giving the code name Ciyan Afrin. And we know that the code names are usually used for only those of terrorist organizations or intel organizations. And then goes on the message, Syrian Democratic Forces Deputy Commander. So the question is was Salwa Yusuk using the code name as a terrorist and then a deputy commander? And then it goes on and they evaluate that a critical CDF leader, again, not commander, and she was in PKK combats against ISIS with two fellows of her, and then 3 CDF fighters again. So I think U.S. officials are very confused about the matter as well, how to evaluate the CDF.
Right,
but we know from the explanations of Special Forces Commander General Raymond Thomas, he clearly declared in Colorado in a meeting that they advised PKK-PYD to change their image to have a new name. And the next day they approached by the name of Syrian Democratic Forces, and the Americans enjoyed this democratic word in between Syrian and forces very much because they thought that it was very good for the image. But we know that by giving just name or by using weapons, you cannot transfer democracy to anywhere. Because we see in Afghanistan, we see from 2 Gulf wars in Iraq, that democracy is not like a vaccination. You cannot just inject and vaccinate the people and change in the Democrat ones.
Yeah,
because I mean, democracy is in the minds.
It's a sensitive issue for the U.S. I remember covering the White House back in the Obama administration, and we would ask questions about this. It was clear that even that administration, at the height of its fight against Daesh, understood Turkey's concerns. They didn't want to ignore that some of these people were considered terrorists, but they had a choice to make, and they chose the loyalty in the fight against Daesh. So CENTCOM, that U.S. military division, didn't have to say anything about this. They chose to tweet condolences. Isn't that as much sending a message to Turkey as it is to the YPG?
I think it can be evaluated as a message for both of the parties because they are officially sending their condolences. But I think for America, these kind of proxies or organizations are allies only until the time when they are still being useful. When they lost this characteristic, immediately they will be in the seat at the counterparts. So that's another thing. Turkey is officially a NATO ally. For example, when America and others need, like in Finland and Sweden's membership issue in NATO, they will accept Turkey's arguments. But in these kind of problems in the region, in the Middle East, they will try to work for the long-term American projects, like dividing the countries into small pieces and managing afterwards. So controlling all over the Middle East region and trying to construct a Kurdish state in the region, in Iran, in Iraq, and in Syria. And it will go until these kind of organizations still keep their usefulness for the United States. So at that moment, when they need Turkey more, of course, the position will change immediately.
All right, Ahmet, thanks so much.
Thanks, Michelle. Take care.